Welcome back to this 25th episode of Rescatux development. Uh, let's see if I can hear myself. I will, I will put some background music around here, and we will see how this goes. Yeah, this one here. So, what the hell are we going to do today? We are going to be working on what we did last day. So, okay, so here we say do not forget to fork branch this and that. So we're going to double check if we did that latest day. So where the hell do we have the actual? I mean, we have here a lot of tabs, but I'm not sure if they are useful in here. So live build this and that. Let's start with a new terminal to see how so that this is easier. So this is the new thing. So let's open GT. So V8 fix use CD-ROM and boot differently for. So I think we have already done that. So let's fork branch before B08. Okay, let's fix this thing. Make chat useful with your comments. So it says let's cherry pick and package from version 07, and if cherry pick fails we will ask the AI to cherry pick it manually. And package from B07. Okay, so B07 has this unpackaged thing which add make unpackage. We haven't done that yet, so this is the one that we want to cherry pick on version 9, which is what we are currently using. So let's do that. Okay, so apparently we have done something, which is implementing make and package. So this is very nice to have in here. Next day, keep working on. So now we are. So let me write this thing here. So this is 13th of June. We cherry pick and package from B07 and apply to B09 without any issue. then make run AMD 64 UEFI ISO, which doesn't have the, let's tackle the CI issues. Okay, so the problem is that so the main problem, let's make this bigger. The main problem is that Debian Buster signed group binaries are too old for what Microsoft expects right now. And I would like to tackle on this because I want to be able to test Debian Buster in newer UEFI that ships newer Microsoft configuration to see if this is even possible. So basically I want to be working on this in a, where are the notes, in a specific file. So this is going to be like 25. So this is number 25, and this is going to be what's the name? Oh, let me put this like an hour, so that, I mean, an hour, but it's going to be the right thing to do. So CI from Microsoft. CI from Microsoft. That's what I want to be working on. Why the hell does it open everything on the top while I am working on the bottom? CI from Microsoft. Okay, so let's remove all of this and let's go here in development. We will work on this in this file here. So 25. Okay, so Rescatux CA from Microsoft. So let's think about this. So what we have is this trusted sign-in binaries. Okay, so we have MSCA from 2011, I think. Then we have like shim from Debian. So it's shim for 2011, something like that. Then we have group binaries, and then we have kernel. Okay, and then we have something else. So I'm not sure when all of this was changed. So let's go with Rescatux development. Let's ask the, oh, look at that, it has this thing here. So please teach me about the different CA that Microsoft has delivered during the years for the secure boot trust mechanism. I am interested on those that have been revoked to use a table to use a table so that it's easier to understand. Also add an additional table on the different new Linux distributions. Let's remove the Linux distributions and which CA or is supported or not, and also point out the distributions that do not support secure boot at all. This latest table should have a maximum of 10 entries. So let's see how this goes, because okay, here's the thing. Look at that, June 2026. Oh, look at that. Revocation and trust problems over the years. Boot hole. Several vulnerable Linux shims revoked. Distro had to ship new shims. Black Lotus bootkit mitigation. Migration to 2023. This is the one, the newest one that I am aware of. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so only after system migrates to EFI. So Microsoft documentation already describes a scenario where Microsoft Windows Production PCA 2011 can be placed into DBX. One system has been migrated to Windows UEFI. What? Why would you do that? CA 2011, fully revoked? No. Not yes. Okay. The industry is intentionally avoiding CA-wide revocation because doing so would break millions of systems. Which certificate does Linux usually depend on? Historically, all mainstream Linux distributions have relied on is in this thing here. This is why Microsoft UEFI CA expiration has been a major concern for Linux vendors. Many distributions are now moving towards SIM-sign under the 2023 infrastructure. Okay, so this is like typical Microsoft CA use transitioning. Yeah. Source discussing this distribution. Okay. Practical takeaway for Rescatux. Yeah, apparently for a project like Rescatux, the key question is not merely does the machine have secure boot, but only this thing may file with this, the best compatible. You can have two of them. Okay. Yeah, but the problem that I have is where is the list? So improve on the idea, but mentioning the version, the mentioning the latest version that supported booting from CA 2022 and the oldest version that supported booting from CA 2023. But for each one of the distribution, there should be 2 additional columns mentioning this and that. This is a very good idea, but there is a major complication. For most distributions, there's no clean last version supporting CA 2011, and first version supported CA 2023. The reason is that secure boot compatibility is determined primarily by the shim package version, not by the distribution release itself. A given distribution release may receive a new shim via updates and respond installation ISO. Better matrix based on installation media. Okay, so latest ISO now to be transition going on to be disclosed. Yeah, this is not any good current state. Wait a second. So this is bullshit because it doesn't help me. And as June 2026, the industry is still in the migration window. Situation is approximately CA 2011. Yes, usually yes. That's not true for Debian 13. The key point is that vendors are generally trying to support both CA 2011 and CA 2023 simultaneously during the transition period. The boot chain typically looks like this and that. For Rescatux, if your goal is to determine which Rescatux ISO will boot on which secure boot firmware, I would actually recommend a matrix like this. Shame this. That matrix would be more actionable for users than this and that. Yeah, that's not what I actually want to find from all of this. Okay, so I have QEMU with Synit images for secure boot. How do I determine if I am using the MACA 2011 or MACA 2023? In what the hell is this? Ubuntu 2022? Let me double check. I mean, I actually want to be using something else, but we will see how this goes. Jammy is 2022, isn't it? Ubuntu Jammy is 2022. On Ubuntu 2024, if you're using the standard secure boot enable OBMF images provided by the distro, you are most certainly using CA 2011 because Ubuntu 20. No. Inspect the secure boot databases from inside the VM. dump the OVM variable store from the host. Okay, I can do this. OVM bars. Okay, so the strings, let me write this down so that I can do something useful with all of this. Finally, we have something that makes sense. Not this one here, this one here, and UFI. So this is going to be like this. So basically what I actually want to do is to take a look at what the hell I am using in order to try to put the stuff, which is going to be let me see, I have around here what was the command that I used to boot this thing and fail, which is this one here, which has the thing. So if I run here, run AMD, this doesn't work, and the reason is that the sign-in stuff, it doesn't like the sign-in stuff, because if I choose something else, if I choose not the secure boot stuff, wait a minute, because this one here, how the hell was this thing? If I take a look at what I'm using, which is OVM FEM4D, this should be, wait a second. This should be the same thing as the secure boot one, which is in here. It's not the same thing. So what the hell is this? So apparently variables. Why the hell this has the same size for everything? Do we have exactly the same thing for everything, or what's going on here? Damn it, I need to be okay. Let's go to the directory, and later on we will go back to what we are here doing. So let's go here so that it's easier to work with everything, and here we will focus on this thing that doesn't work as expected, because I think that something is wrong. So for end file on code, let's do it like this. Do strings end file grep, and what's the fucking thing that we were doing here? Microsoft UFI. I've forgotten done, isn't it? Yeah, like this. Huh. What the hell is happening here? Do we have anything? Wait a second. Oh, yeah, those should be here, and then we can do the other one. Yeah, look at that. I wonder. Yeah, this is not working. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me check what the hell is in here in Microsoft. For example, do we have anything at all? Anyway, if this is an FD file disk, huh? What the hell is this? Um, check with this. You probably find something like 2022. I don't think so. Is this useful at all? I don't think so. 2022. Huh. So, wait a second. So maybe this is trying to boot Ubuntu staff and it's not working because I'm not using the Microsoft one. That would be that would explain, but I want to be able to SB SkiSync tools, okay? No. Since you're working on Rescatux and it's another useful test, expect induction signer of your shim. The strings method does not seem to work. Wait a moment, please. Damn it! I thought I was live and I was talking here in the. Oh my god. So sorry about that. So so I was trying to turn on and off the secure boot thing. I have added boot menu on so that I can you know boot menu on so that I can turn off secure boot. And yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with all of this. What's the difference? Because right now this is not working as expected. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong in here. So I want to take a look at this. So the question is, are we doing something wrong, something different than what we have up here versus what we have down here, in such a way that the one on the top, it works, but then that's it. You know what I mean? Is it the bars? Is it something else? Property secure value on. Oh, this is what without the MS part. Okay, let me double check this thing. So this is secure on, I guess. And we have OVMFF code for MD. So let's double check. So this, let's see how this goes, because I'm not sure anymore. So let me write down here. So test one. So test one, which is, this is what we already know. GNU. Is this secure boot is on or not? We need a mock whatever to know, and don't remember anymore how mock sb something, mock sb util sb mock. What's the fucking package for mock sb util? Is this going to work at all? I'm not sure about it. So mock sb util, was it that what's that? Mock sb util, sb util? Don't remember about this. Linux usbt. Okay, let me find mock sb util package. Is this something mock util? Yeah, maybe it's mock util. Okay, let's try about that. Mock util. Yeah, that might do it. libbfei bar 1. I could log in by SSH, but mock as util. Mock util. SB estate. Oh. SB estate. Secure boot disabled. What? Why is that? Secure but disabled. Platform is in setup mode. Why? Okay, in any case, I would like secure mock util sb state says secure but disable and platform is in setup mode. Okay, let's close this thing and let's try something else. So what happens if I say something like boot menu on and I press ask and I take a look at here, Davis manager, so secure boot is disabled. Let's turn this on. Attempt secure boot, disable. Why can't I enable it? Why can't I? Yeah, custom mode, no, we want. Is it reset secure boot keys, or is it that we are using something that doesn't allow us to? So the idea is that you want to be using where the hell is this? Not the bars, but the code. Yeah, and then the code, it has an MSFD thing, and this is where now I should have secure boot enabled. Okay, and yeah, let's continue. This doesn't work. Because that doesn't like whatever we have. But now that they have the menu on, okay, let me make this bigger because otherwise. So test 2. So the first test is using this one here. Test 1 is using this one here, and test number 2 is using this one here. Nice. And yeah, so to do 1, to do 2, and we turn off secure boot from UEFI BIOS. Okay, because that way I will be able to find out what the hell is going on in here. So as I was saying, this doesn't work. Okay, boot manager. I could maybe force to boot into here. This should say I don't recognize this thing, but there's no way of seeing anything. Okay, so boot option. Where the hell? Okay, so secure boot. Attempt. Let's do this. Now we reset. And now if I choose this thing, I should see that doesn't work or whatever. So boot manager DVD. Wait a minute. Why doesn't this work? Even if secure boot is turned off. Wait a minute. This is a CD-ROM or is it not a CD-ROM? That's a very good question. Live image drive. So this should boot from UEFI MISC device, I guess. So wait a second. Let's turn this on again. Maybe we have tried to do this wrong all along, because this is set like a hard disk, not a USB in the... We actually want this to be a CD-ROM, isn't it? So maybe that's the problem here, that we are doing this like okay, so let's enable this thing and let's reset in here. Now let's try so secure boot, this is enabled, and now we can go here and try to run the MISC device, which is going to work. It's going to boot, I guess. It's going to work. Wait a moment. This works even if secure boot is enabled. If we use UEFI MISC to boot this thing, I think we should force this to be a CD-ROM from the VM point of view. Yeah, because this is, look at that. So media CD-ROM, we want to boot from the CD-ROM. That's what we are missing. And yeah, damn it. Yeah, that's it. We need to force this thing to be a CD-ROM from the VM point of view. Okay. So what about what happens inside of this thing? Sudo -1 mock util? No, it's sbutils? Don't remember if this is the right name. Mock util? I have just searched for this, but I don't remember. Mock util might be, isn't it? I mean, it's whatever. Mock util. Yeah, look at that. So let's see what it says about this thing. Yeah. Okay, so mock util sb state secure boot enabled. Yeah, okay, so secure boot enabled. Is it the string like that? Secure boot enabled. Okay, nice. Let's check what CA is seeing. Okay, so ChatGPT made some suggestions on what to use. So hopefully now some of them are useful to know. ChatGPT, Rescatux development, secure boot CAs. Zzz. Here it is. EFI read bar. Are we going to have this thing? EFI read bar. So EFI read bar package. FE tools. FE tools. So it might be FE tools after all. Yeah, look at that. So according to ChatGPT, we should be able to run these commands here in the, we will see. Oh my god, what the hell have I done? Yeah, so apparently I have blocked my computer or whatever. So EFI read bar db. Let's make this zoom to fit. Yeah. I mean, what the hell do we have here? View. What kind of monitor settings do we have right now? Oh my god. What? I don't believe. Okay, let's say that this is okay. Yes. Can we control plus? We can't control plus. So look at that. We have the CA 2011. Yeah, I want to paste in this thing because I don't want to SSH into here. So let's open Firefox or whatever, and let's do paste.debian.net. Hopefully that's good enough. Paste.debian.net. Why isn't there anyone else in here? Yeah, 24 hours. And this is hidden by default. I didn't need to have this thing hidden by default. I mean, yeah, why would you do that? I have maybe, maybe it was a setting somewhere. Okay, so show us text so that we can copy and paste easily. So look at that. So this is MSCA 2011. what I don't understand is what's the difference between this thing here, this code that it's from Microsoft, and this code that does it's not from Microsoft, but that boots without secure boot enabled. So if this is secure boot disabled, it's not going to be it's not going to have any CA. So somehow this code is allowing, I don't know what's going on here. So somehow this code, even if they are supposed to be the same thing, this code allows to boot from an ISO. So this is defined like a CD-ROM, and I can boot it directly. But here on the bottom, I need to specify that I want to boot from UEFI MISC, which is not right. Because somehow it does not detect this thing as a CD-ROM. So what's wrong with this? Media CD-ROM. So we have a drive for the code, another drive for the bars, and another drive for the CD-ROM. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT because I'm not sure what's going on in here. Rescatux development. I wonder if this is using whatever is on desktop by default, and I'm not aware of it. I don't know. Why isn't this detected as a CD-ROM? Am I actually copying the right one? Why is this detected as a CD-ROM? From the VM point of view. Anyway, this is the one with MS. Let me double check if this is a CD-ROM or whatever, because I'm not sure about it. So qterminal. Maybe I'm just fdisk lu. So look at that. So we have the VDA. So this is a hard disk. This is not a CD-ROM. So if I try to do something like CD-ROM, not that you found, I mean, maybe CD-ROM 0 or something like that. I'm not sure how SR0. Yeah, not medium SG0, which is for read and write. No, it's a hard disk, and how the hell can I change this thing? The problem is this part. Yeah, why the hell? If Virtuo creates a Virtuo this device, if Virtuo creates the media CD-ROM, is largely ignore that context Okay. Drive. Use SATA AHC or more explicitly EF known. Device SATA or AHCI. The guess then. Okay, let's use SATA. More explicitly, drive CD-ROM, drive IDE CD. Okay, test 3. Okay, let me double check what we actually want to be doing in here. So now we have this thing. Wait a second. Bertio, Media CD-ROM. Okay, so this is the old stuff, which is in here. This is the old stuff, and then the new stuff is, okay, use this as a CD-ROM. Do not use Bertio. This is CD-ROM, and this is an IDE, CD, whatever. And if I'm not mistaken, look at that. This is MSFD. Now this should work as expected. And this is going to be very nice. So if we close this QEMU and we try to run this thing, now this should boot onto the CD. No, why? But now if I wait a second. Now I'm not sure if this is. Wait, why does it takes like no time to boot? Oh, I've forgotten the boot menu thing, isn't it? In any case, boot D should boot into the CD-ROM, isn't it? No, it doesn't. What the hell? Okay, now we should have the boot menu, and this should boot into the CD-ROM, which is what we want to do. Okay, so now that this is working, let's ask ChatGPT what am I missing in so wait, let's remove boot menu on so that it boots sorry about that, automatically onto the CD-ROM. Your command ready, attach the ISO. However, boot order D? What the hell? Try adding this. Index 0. Oh. CD-ROM. Stale bars. If you are using that file process NB RAM settings between boots, if it previously booted to the UEFI shell of EMF may start boot order. So let's try index 0 and see what happens. So I would do something like index 0. Wait, not here, maybe the other one here. Index equals 0. Does this make sense? Oh no. Yeah. Okay, let's remove this thing here and boot order equal D, which I don't think it's going to work. Well, let's see what's going on in here. Should I remove the bars file and recreate it so it doesn't remember whatever? Index equals 0, CD-ROM, and use a fresh bars file. Yeah, okay, so look at that. This is very good idea. So let's copy this thing on TMP, because why not? And where the hell is this? Okay, the bars stuff is in here. TMP bars. Yeah, I don't think this is the problem. One more thing on Q35 IDE CD without explicit AHCA controller can be firmware version. Try this. Boot bus AH. Yeah, if map RD map R. Wait a second. Okay, let's try this thing again and let's see what we're supposed to be doing with map -R. FS0 CD-ROM. Problem is that doesn't FS0. Index equals 0 does not seem to work. What else? Test bars FD test was done and the result was the same one. It might not contain a readable whatever. One second. Map, wait, where the hell are you? Map -R is an alias of the CD-ROM, yeah. Okay, let's try this thing about running FS0 and so on. FS0 colon EF. What the hell? How the hell? Where the hell do we have? Like here? Okay. AFI boot x64 EFI. There was some file that hasn't been found in there, but this is working, so. boots. What else can we try? The fact it means that the CD-ROM is attached correctly. OBMFF can read the ISO this and that. Check whatever as an optical. Instead, if you see okay. Try OBMFM. Yeah, I'm getting something like this thing. Yeah. Let's double check, but that's what it is. Map minus R FS0, and it's an alias of the CD-ROM. There's also BLK1, but how the hell do I copy all of this without having to? Maybe I can do this thing with ChatGPT, because I don't want to do this. Let's do a screenshot thing. Let's make this bigger. Okay. Let's copy this thing so that, where the hell is the, I attach the image, please OCR it. Now this should work, I guess. Is it going to run out of whatever? BCH if the boot dump. What the hell is this? BC boot dump. BCVTPP boot dump. Oh my god. Sum to fit. Option 2 boot 001 DVD ROM. And how the hell do I do this thing like more? This is not going to work. The OCR is this. Another useful okay BC but I cannot see the full Is there a way to turn app pager on the UEFI shell as similar to what it can be done with group shell. Yes. -b. Okay. Who would have thought about -b? B up. Okay, what the hell is this? Option 1. B up. I think that this is going to be it. Ooh, boom. Let's copy this thing and let's hopefully it doesn't complain about here's the dump of bch boot dump as an image. I guess that with the few boot entries this is good enough. I have put something. UEIP. So detected the DB-ROM. It has treated boot option for it, but the option but problem is it's not boot order. Oh. Queue break. So demp store boot order. What the hell is this? Grab boot order. IS002. Yeah. I don't care what it's on those values. Can't we try more stuff when invoking QEMU? Absolutely. Force the firmware. Boot order no. CD-ROM instead of disable OFF. Try different image. Experiment serial. BCG dump already. Serial lock. Serial stdio. Yeah, there was a serial. Okay, let's reset and see. The problem is that it's asking us to do stuff, so I could try this thing about using the AHCI thing and see how it goes. But I mean, huh. Boot order D. Wait a second. I haven't tried, QEMU system X to the tune man. Let's see what it says regarding boot. Once menu on, this and that, strict on. What the hell is a strict? Do a strict boot be a strict on? As far as firmware BIOS supports it, this only affects when boot priority is changed by boot index option. The default is non a strict boot. Try to boot from network first, from hard disk, CD-ROM. The legacy boot drives is still format, so a strict on. Yeah. Strict on. Is this going to work? No, it's not. So we are at the mercy of the UEFI firmware. That's what you're telling to me. Order D strict on. So we are struggling to set the right boot order so that it automatically boots from the CD-ROM in a UEFI, in an MS signed UEFI. We are left to try the AHCI method, which I'm going to try just real fast before it's the time to move on. Okay, so this one here, this is what are we supposed to be doing, device this and that, so build this and that, so it would be like test 4, and so this one here, isn't it? Copy, and hopefully I think that the problem is that this device should be the first one. You know what I mean? This device should be the first one, and that way it would try to boot from the device and not from whatever it's in there. Anyway, let's try this thing and let's see how it goes and so on. It is not working. It is not working. Oh my god. What about map -R? Do we have? Yeah, we have an alias of the CD-ROM. Let's zoom out, zoom in. This is an alias of the CD-ROM. So if we reset and try to put the CD-ROM, it's going to work. If we turn the menu on, you know what I mean. Put menu on. I mean, maybe now boot order D works as expected. No, it does not. Boot menu on. I'm supposed to have here like the driver thing, like value. Maybe this is the right way of doing this. So press ESC. So boot manager is going to be able to boot from the DVD, even if it's not, you know, even if it's not ATA, but AHCI. So let's steer ChatGPT. What about changing properties from this thing here to change the boot order or something? No. Boot order is fundamentally a UEFI NBR boot order concept, not a QEMU matching. Legacy, one time, once. I have occasionally seen OBM order equal once D. Okay, let's try that. Why not? Once D. Once D. Is it going to work? No, it's not. Can we change those MB RAM values from outside the VM before running it, so that we can force it to boot from the CD-ROM? Anyways, not outside, from outside. Inject boot order offline. This and that. Modern users, this and that. Import, print, specific use. Damn it. Okay. How to boot a CD-ROM from UEFI? From secure boot UEFI. So this is QEMU. Here it is. Drops into a shell. What I'm doing wrong? The problem is that they had no index flag specified the device lines. I specified them. It seems to boot without me manually going into the boot menu. Okay, so let's do the index stuff. But right now, we're going to say something like, so this is drive. So this is going to be index 1. This is going to be index 2. And this is going to be, how the hell do I specify this thing? Index 0. Okay, so probably this requires that. Damn it. So I cannot change this thing. Index 0. But about index 1. Maybe I should not boot once. Okay, so I need to go, friends. Let's end this thing here.